Dego.
Charlie, the Moon Druid Air Genasi. From the Air Ashari. I'm Keyleth's great-grand person.
Sure. This is before the events of the Critical Role campaign.
Like I said, great-grand person.
What is Charlie... gender? Designated pronouns. What preferred pronouns?
He, him.
He, him? Okay. Should have asked that beforehand. After I started hit record, I'm now a little nervous. I never record myself playing D&D.
No, you've recorded it, just never for something like this.
I've never recorded myself DMing.
Oh.
I've done like small little bits.
Well, never mind.
Never something like that. What?
Sorry.
I have to stay somewhat professional while also being terrified out of my mind.
Hey, if I can be a dorky dork and you can stay professional, you're doing it wrong. Or you're doing it right. I guess that's up to potential players.
I don't know. I'm a little baby Simmo.
I know, but I'm your spouse. I don't think the same rule applies.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that the camera looks okay. Hello, camera people. Did that go? Alright, hopefully we don't have any more planes. Cause I
haven't heard them in a while. I think they're done.
I think they're done. Yeah. Alright. Welcome to Tal'dorei. The year is, I don't know yet. I did not look deep into that. So don't worry about it.
Okay. If you're a fan of Critical Role, it's before then.
If you're a fan of Critical Role Campaign 1, it's before that by about... Before they were all born.
Okay.
So about 30 years.
So it's about 60 years before Campaign 3.
Yes.
Okay.
It's before the twins and like Keyleth and Grog would have been alive. And Scanlan and Pike would have been young. It is pre-Thordak getting thrown into the fire plane. Because that happened when they were 10.
Cool. Most of that means nothing.
15. Happens about 10 year pre-Campaign 1. But we're about 30 years. Because Keyleth is like 25 or 23. And the twins are 30. Anyways. Yeah! Alright. Now that we have the situation, you are part of the Air Ashari. Zephrah. It's been about, I'd say about a week since you've left your mountaintop. You're missing the way the wind blows through the trees, how it kind of whistles between the mountains below you guys, because you have left the summit peaks. You have passed by Westrun, through the Bramblewood, past the Shadeburn, past Westrun, to the Bramblewood forest. I'm going to tell you in Westrun, honey, give yourself 2 regular healing potions. So 2d8 plus 8. Or 2d4 plus 4. 2d4 plus 8, yes. 2d4 plus 8.
To what?
Just put it in your items.
Oh.
So you have
okay.
some stuff. Alright.
Is that 2d8 plus 8 like per one, or is that
yeah, like you take it and you roll 2d8 and then you add 8 to whatever you rolled. Just something to help you out with your healing magic. I need to put down. You're making your way through the Bramblewood. You're on horseback. Because you bought a horse. So helpful. Winging it is how I wing it. Let me know when you're ready. After writing all that down. You good? Do you need a notepad?
Nope. It's all good.
Got it.
We're good.
You're making your way through the Bramblewood. On the way to the Morden Mines, you heard in Westrun that the Morden Mines have... It's a dwarven city. You think you'd be able to go there, get a little bit of work, get a little bit of coin, as you're going on your way to Amon. Which is here.
Opposite, yeah.
You're here.
Yeah. No, I go.
You're going home.
Yeah.
To Amon.
Okay.
Could have went through Kyle, now that I think about it. Actually, it makes a little bit more sense that you went through.
Okay, cool.
Actually, it would have made more sense if you went to Kyle, but who cares? Alright.
Well, no, because the closest road is through Westrun and then to Kymel and then Amon.
If you're going to the Morden Mines, you've heard that there's people that are in need of help. It's a dwarven city. Miners. Mining silver, gold, beautiful precious metals. And you think you need a few extra coins to be able to get there. You spent quite a bit at Westrun and you don't feel comfortable getting all the way to Kymel, all the way to Amon, with just a couple measly gold pieces to get you there. You need food, water, which you cannot produce yourself magically, safely. You can't produce food and water. There's a spell for it, but only clerics get it. You have produced food and water?
I mean, I have the...
I'm not talking about good berries.
No, I have those spells available, but they're not on my prepared
Oh no,
spell list,
what are you
so.
going to do?
Apparently spend gold.
Apparently spend gold. You are level 20.
But yes, I do have those available as a druid. I just don't have them on me.
Okay. So you make your way to the Morden Mines. It's a small... It's a large mountain with a large gate in the front. Clearly there's a road that comes out of it because there's deep tracks and it's fairly wide. Like it's like a 2-lane cartway. 2-lane cartway. So you make your way up and you deposit your horse at the stables for... Let's just say 2 silver. Don't worry about money. You don't have money.
Okay.
We didn't factor in money. We're winging this for the seat of our pants. Normally you have more than one person at the table.
I mean, this is a good place to start. I've only played once.
You've only played once. And I feel like I'm railroading you. You get to Kymel. What do you... Not Kymel. You get to the Morden Mines, and it's a small little village inside the mountain above the mines. What do you wish to do? There are job bulletins, there's an inn and a tavern, there are weapon shops and potion shops, loads of people. It's majority of dwarves, there's some halflings, there are some humans. You can see that there's some people there for trade. But it's a mostly dwarven city. They speak common.
I would say let's go to the tavern or the inn and see kind of what's going on.
Okay.
If there's anything to hear.
All right. in Mortar Mines. But you saunter up to the Dirty Emu Pub.
Okay, sure. Let's go there.
Let's go.
That
with
sounds
that.
inviting.
That sounds inviting. You enter it and you can tell that it's like shift just ended. One of the shifts just ended, moving on to whichever shift. You're in this mountain. There's no natural sunlight. So you got a feeling that they're just following whatever clock piece that they've got going. Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
You making notes?
Yeah, I'm making notes.
Yay! Someone's making notes at my table.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm by myself. I kinda gotta.
Yeah, you kind of have to pay attention a little bit. So you enter there, and you can tell shift just ended, and it is a fucking riot. Imagine a bunch of blue-collar people going into a Mexican restaurant at the end of the day. They are on a Friday. They are, or Thursday, depending on if they do a 4-day shift or a 5-day shift. They're just going. There's people swinging from the chandeliers. There's people dancing up on top of tables. It is hearty. It is loud. It is great. It's complete opposite of what you're used to at Zephrah, which is calm, cool, collected, willowy, light, breezy. Their celebrations are loud, but nothing as chaotic as this. There's a bar in the corner and a barmaid with boobs really big that are showing off so she can get great ass tips. Just like with like beers, like bottles under her arms of whiskey, and then hands of pints in their hands. And she's just going around and laughing and then just dropping them on random tables and getting like thrown coin. There's somebody at the bar that's wiping it down and laughing with some people learning new stories of the land. And you can tell that across from you there's a door that probably goes upstairs to the inn above. And then there's a few like other doors that are probably like, out back to, their storage. There's probably a bathroom, stuff like that. But there's probably about 40 to 50 dwarves in here, and you are an Air Ashari. You are not what are you? An Air Jassy. These people come up to about your belly button. Everyone comes up to your belly button. All the chairs come up to your knees. All the tables come up to like your mid-thighs. Everything is muy pequeña. What do you wish to do?
Well, that was a lot of information all at once. I don't know, I'm not used to... I'm visibly uncomfortable.
You're visibly uncomfortable, okay.
Yeah, visibly uncomfortable with how boisterous and how loud it seems. I'm going to try to find like a dark corner end of the bar. I'll either try to find somewhere to sit. If I can, I'll just like lean against like the wall or something, and I will get a drink.
You'll get a drink?
Get a drink.
Okay. So you can tell that there's like you kind of move the farthest corner away from the entrance. Sadly, it's really close to the bathrooms, so you kind of smell it. It's a smell of a mix of like just gross, sweaty dwarf, alcohol, vomit, everything, gross, yuck.
I mean, wow, this place is
super up to code.
No, this place is really ahead of its time to have a bathroom.
Well, it's just like a chamber pot room. You can use it in peace.
Got it. That's more gross. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're in a disgusting corner.
I mean, hey, they live in a mine. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Exactly.
Not a lot of air in there.
So you're watching all these people having like the greatest time. They're swapping stories, and the barmaid walks up to you, and it's like, "Hi, darling. How may I help you? What do you wish to drink?"
Cheapest ale you got.
Cheapest ale we got. Okay, I'll come right back. And she saunters off, swinging her hips just a little bit. and Kat, go over towards... What? Are you going to hold the baby?
No.
Walk down... She's trying to sit on my feet.
Then let her sit on your feet.
Okay.
She's just a cat.
She's just a cat. She comes back with a pint full of very... and then like a day or two would be beyond stale and not very sanitary to drink. Like, might as well be very close to piss water. Slams it on the table next to you, kind of sloshes a little bit, and she's like, "You're new here. You don't belong. You're different."
Wow.
That sounded so racist. You're not from around here. What brings you here to the Mordoon Mines? Are you looking for work? Are you traveling? Just stopping? It's a little out of the way if you're just stopping for a night.
I'm just kind of taking a break, seeing if there's anything in the area that seems kind of out of place.
Place?
Mm-hmm. See if there's anything interesting to do here.
I don't have a character sheet in front of me, so I don't know what all the skills are. Roll a persuasion check. Or an insight check. Something like that. Right?
Is that just a d20?
Yeah, that's just a d20. See, like if she gives away something, or if you want something out of her. 10. 10? I think it's wisdom. Persuasion is charisma. Insight is wisdom. Which one do you want? You are level 20.
23.
23. I'm just gonna see if I hit. That's 12. No. Just winging the rolls. I don't have any stats for this person. You never know. She kind of, from her bubbly demeanor, kind of shifts slightly. Just for a split second. Like, you've heard rumors about the mines of being overrun on occasion.
Punch her in the face.
On occasion, they hit something or encounter something that they should not have. Think of like the mines of Moria. They dig a little too deep. You can see just like the flash of, oh no, like this person is here to get their nose into stuff that they don't need to get their nose into. You know? Mm-hmm. She's just like, she instantly 180s. It's like, well, I don't really know what you would need to get here for you. You can check some of the job postings. There's some like right outside the door at the front of the tavern. See if there's anything in the area that would suit you, but sense of adventure, you're not going to find that here. We're just humble dwarves making our money. And then she scurries away.
Got it. Hiding something. So everybody in here is boisterous and happy and seems to be celebrating something? Or is
the end of their shift.
Just the end of their shift. Got it. I know that feeling.
Yep. Blue collars at that restaurant down the street from work. Even their you got a feeling that like one of the foremans is in here just as sloshed, if not the most sloshed out of everyone.
Let's see.
You can observe the area a little bit more. Using like perception or insight checks. You can rent a room. You can check the job board. Or you can talk to a few people. Just giving you some, whether it's people around you, the bar person.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
I think I'm going to find the innkeeper.
The innkeeper will be the same person that's running the bar.
So I'm gonna find them and
the bar.
get a room.
Get a room. Okay.
And then check the job postings.
Okay. The room, just mark off two silver. Just write down 2 silver now. For a room. I don't remember how much I made the ale.
2.
2. Okay. You can see I like even numbers.
And then I'll see if there's any job postings that catch my eye.
Yeah, the barkeeper flicks a key on you that has like a little ribbon that's a little frayed that has like inked on it 21. It's your room key. Alright, you go to the job posting. I found a random job posting generator for quests. You find on the job posting, it is a pest eradication. Uh, 100 gold is your reward. See Arden Holderheck. Sorry, can't read. Another one is Escort, 100 gold. See Poppycock for more information. And then one is an escort, but you sense a different type of escort. C 200 gold. Meet C Will at the stables for more information. Do any of do any of those sound of interest to you?
Well, the pest eradication kind of sounds interesting. It seems along the lines of some of the rumors I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Do I notice anything, like anybody standing out that could be the foreman of the mine inside?
You see someone, roll a perception check just because there's so many dwarves and they all kind of look the same to you.
How does perception checks work again?
Just add your perception modifier. You're proficient in it, I think. Perception is wisdom.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. 26.
God, I forgot. I need to keep reminding myself that you are a level 20 character. That I rolled up a level 20 character. You are preening. Stop. No.
Hey, it could be my broken cleric. I rolled that.
You did roll that, and you were
They're broken
level 5 and already had like 2 20 stats. Because you're crazy. Alright. Alright. So you think you want to go to the pest eradication one?
Possibly.
Or wait, no, you wanted to go see if there was any foremen.
Yeah, just right. if I can pick out anybody in the crowd that might look like they could be the foreman, or specifically from the mine. Anybody to talk to, really.
A lot of them are wearing like really rough leathers, but you see one that's wearing like rough leathers. They're like the reds, the browns, the blacks, covered in dust, every single one of them. One kind of has a vest on that is like a lighter color. You don't really know what color it was originally, but it wasn't. It was probably like either red or yellow or something like that. It's kind of got some grime on it, but it's definitely like it definitely stands out enough that you can pick it from the crowd of rambunctious dwarves. Alright, what do you wish to do with that?
I would like to buy him a drink.
You wish to buy him a drink?
Mm-hmm.
So you come back and you step up to the bar and you order a drink for this guy. The barman kind of looks at you up and down, just like definitely taking roll an insight check. Just roll an insight check, even though I know you're probably going to do so fantastically it doesn't matter.
16.
16? What'd you roll?
5.
A 5. You still got to.
I have.
Out.
I have proficiency.
Or now you could have had. I almost gave you double proficiency. But I decided not to. Thank fucking God. Because imagine adding your proficiency bonus twice. So an additional 6 on top of that. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't like that.
You're the one who rolled the character, not me.
I did roll the character.
I was at work. I gave you the race,
the class.
In the class. And that's literally all I gave you. You did everything else.
I know. Actively pick Tal'dorei. Easy pickup.
Alright. I'll buy him a drink.
You buy him a drink.
16 insight.
Alright. 16 insight. He looks you up and down. You can... I'll roll against that, just for shits. No, I'll roll a 3. I have a dice curse.
There's your dice curse.
He kind of looks you up and down. You can tell that he's looking at you really suspiciously. You pass him the 2 silver, because that's how much it is. And, yep, just 2 silver. 2 silver. All the silvers. He kind of like looks you up and down. It's like, you're not from around here. What are you doing here? Suspicious of you. Very obviously suspicious of you. You are a light-colored, blue-skinned person that towers over him. Like, you tower over the bar. Like, you can lean over the bar and your feet will still be firmly planted on the ground. Alright. So are you going to speak to him or just kind of like brush him off or whatever? Are you going to answer his questions? Like, what are you doing here?
I'm going to very cockily say,
oh shit.
Can't a guy just buy a drink? Take the drinks and saunter my happy little butt over to this foreman.
Yes. It's you get closer and you realize it's an older woman with a nice beard, well-kept beard. Getting closer, you can tell that she does her best to stay a little bit better kept than all of them. She's still a little grimy just because of the nature of the mines, but you can tell that she doesn't get her hands as dirty as the other miners. But she's like laughing and joking, stamping her hand on the table, stomping on the floor, going, "Hey!" Like there might be like some sort of drinking contest going on, and like people at their table are challenging each other. So you walk over, and what do you do? Yay, charisma 10.
Charisma's 11.
So, still +0.
I don't care. I'm going to very politely, gentlemanly, offer her a drink.
Okay.
And just ask her how her day's been. Polite conversation.
Polite conversation.
Completely opposite the cocky nature from the barman.
Okay. Roll just a perception check to glean more about her from the outside.
15.
15. You can tell that she's older. She has light auburn hair that is graying around the front and the sides. That is braided down and it's over her shoulder. She has a smooth face that has a few tiny scars like around her chin and jaw on her right side. She looks over you. She kind of like looks over at you and she's like, "Hello, darling. Thank you for the drink. Please take a seat. Currency is always alcohol." you're new here. You're new in town. What's your name?
My name's Charlie.
Pleasure to meet you, Charlie.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too.
What brings you here?
Well, I'm just traveling. It's my first time leaving, and I'm trying to get the feel of all sorts of different cultures on my various travels, and I've heard some interesting things about this place, but nobody seems too keen on talking.
She kind of like looks at you for a second, and then she's like, "Oh, where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah, where are you from?"
Zephrah.
Zephrah. That's over in the Summit Peaks, right? That's a pretty distance away.
Yes,
What made you leave such a like? I hear it's so calm and nice there. Why would you leave that and then come and join the big boys? Like what brought you?
I just felt pulled away. I felt like my purpose lied elsewhere.
Your purpose lied elsewhere.
I'm currently on a mission to find that.
Well, I don't know why bring you here. Everything is nice. Everything is oh, it's rough. Much rougher than what you're used to.
Oh, I've
like,
gathered
she
that.
looks at your hands, and your hands are like beautiful, but her hands are like scarred, calloused, dark under the fingertips. Clearly hard-working hands, and yours are like, I use pumice stone every night. I am majestic. There's she just kind of. So you came here to the Mordoon Mines, and you went to like we know Westerns on the way from where you're going. Like where are you traveling to? Like where are you wanting to go? Like why did you stop here?
Well, I'm currently on my way to Amman.
Okay. What would okay, but why'd you stop here? You can tell that she's getting a little agitated, as in like, why did you like roll an insight check?
I felt her plan.
Yes, all the insight checks.
27.
Leave. You can tell
my
that
passive perception is 21.
I know your passive perception is 21. I made it. I made those. I built that character for you. Where are you going?
I'm just standing.
You're just standing, you can't look. Even though there's nothing to see.
I can't see anything.
I know. She looks nervous. Clearly nervous. Whether it's hiding something or something of the like, you can't really glean right away. She's trying to be as welcoming as possible, but super suspicious as soon as she's like, okay, you're not here, you're not like here, you're clearly not here to stay the night. And going out of the Mordoon Mines is very out of the way from where you were going. Granted, it's like a half a day out of Westerun, or a day out of Westerun. It's still, you could have gone on the road towards Kymel and stayed there, but that's another week's trip. But in theory, you could have gone that way. Instead, you went to the Mordoon Mines, which is weird to her. She's like, so you're following some rumors, you say, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
She's trying to wrap her head around it. She's like, well, you read the job postings, right?
Oh,
That's
yes.
the type of rumors okay, good. All right. You You can tell that she like visibly is relieved based on what you. I'm rolling on such a high insight check. You can tell that once she gleans that you are talking about the job postings and not, and she thinks that you're talking about the job postings, and nothing else. Wait, I should probably roll something. I'm just gonna roll a natural 20, see what I get. An 8. Okay.
Is it 8 or 18?
8.
Okay.
Single digits.
Okay.
This whole night.
And you've rolled twice.
I've rolled 3 times.
Okay.
3 times.
Hey, you're the DM.
I am the DM, and I can never roll above a 10.
It's ooh.
Yeah, it sucks.
I wouldn't tell them
I can't roll above a 10.
that.
I hate D20 games. I love playing them. DMing them, not so much. Can't get anything done. Okay. So she's like, which of the job postings were interested you? I don't know why they keep putting escort information up there. I keep telling them it's not good.
I did notice.
But they insist for some reason.
I did notice those two. Yes, I did.
Nothing against people of that trade.
Well, I did notice there were multiple escort entries, although I got the feeling only one of them was maybe an unscrupulous sort. But no, there was one for pest eradication, I believe. That seems a little bit more up my alley than escorting someone to a new locale.
Or escorting someone
yes.
to another plane of existence.
Yes. But I'm an inquisitive sort, and
well, honey, I can't help you with that.
And pests.
You're not my type.
And
the pests. Oh.
Yes. Oh, to be completely fair, you are neither my type. If you
I'd say
catch
you're
my
missing
drift.
out.
But no, the job posting for pest eradication. Do you know where I might find Arden Holderheck, I believe. Sorry.
No, I'm Arden. I told them not to put my name up on that. I'm kind of like the head foreman of the mine. I don't know why they kept putting my name up on there. I told them not to put me up there on non-official documents.
I see. Well, either way, people will be. People will do whatever they see is in the best interest, I suppose. Although others could have more nefarious reasonings. Could you tell me a little bit more about what kind of pests you're having an issue with?
Oh, there's Gatshadow, which is right near where we are. It's another underground facility. We do not get along very well. It's they are of different ideals than us, and occasionally we.
Yeah, I go.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally we intersect our tunnels, and then things get a little nasty. Them trying to expand their civilization, us just trying to make a profit. Recently we know we're getting really, really, really close to another seam. We got part of the seam, but we know in about 10 or 15 feet further down the seam, or further down we need to continue the tunnel. We're going to probably intersect one of their tunnels, and though we don't know what's on the other side, usually they're hobgoblins, goblins, occasionally a fish person. So it's people very, very different than us.
I understand.
And we need to make a profit. We need to make money, and then we understand that they live there, and everything. But like, some of our seams are running dry. We need to expand, and they just have to understand that. So it's kind of a precaution. So we don't endanger a lot of our workers. Occasionally, we will pull in whoever in our community is willing to go down and just kind of reinforce the miners as they keep going, just in case there's some opposition on the other end. If there's no one there, none the wiser, because there's a lot of their tunnels and their space that is abandoned as they run out of resources there. So we get lucky. Sometimes it's an abandoned area. Sometimes there's people living there, but they need to understand that we need to make a profit and we need to live. They can just go deeper. We don't go as deep as they do. They could just keep going deep. Are you willing to join us and help us?
So this eradication, this pest, is more dwellers or these folks from Gatshadow?
People, they align themselves with the people from Gatshadow. Some of them they expand as they run out of room, but recently they've been going up instead of down or out. And we have a deal with their leader that we don't go below a certain depth. But for the last 2 or 3 years, they've been coming above that agreed depth.
I see.
They can expand as wide and as deep as they want to below us, but anything above this point is ours, and we're coming across tunnels that are where we have this lovely seam, and we're collecting our wealth and our goods, and then we hit a spot, and then it crumbles down, and there's a tunnel or a small little area, and they are mining and using what we're going to be using for profit so that we can live. So it's they're breaking their deal. They're not keeping tabs on everyone, and they're breaking contracts and deals.
I see.
So we mostly just drive them out. We don't really outright kill them, but we just scare them out, drive them out, and take whatever leftover stuff that they leave behind, and then just continue our mining.
I see. Okay. Yes, I believe I would be interested in helping you with your little pest problem.
Alright. We will, after this shift, there's tomorrow is a day off in the mine. Everyone has one day off, unions. Yes. Everyone has one complete day off, and we'll go through and we'll take a miner or two, and we'll kind of glean some of these tunnels to double check to see if there's any sign that we might have to worry about something in the next 10 or so feet. Okay, so rest up, fill your belly. We'll go out. Well, you would call it first light. We don't have sunlight down here.
That's perfectly fine.
All right, you'll miss it. We could be down there for days.
I think I'll be okay. I will be alright. Thank you for the concern, though.
Alright, so she's like, what did I say? When I agree 100 gold? You'll get 100 gold just to yourself for this. Lovely. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you bright and early.
What time? real quick. What type of fighter are you? Need to see if I need to bring any friends along.
This is her asking.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's sort of a mixed bag.
It's sort of a mixed bag. Are you like a magic person? Are you swinging a sword?
I do have some weapons at my disposal, yes, but mostly it would be magic use.
Mostly magic use? Okay. Just need to make sure in case I need to grab a magician with me or a mage and see if we need any of that. I'll see you tomorrow, alright? Bright and early.
Bright and early.
Alright. So, what do you wish to do? Do you want to continue drinking, talk to people, walk along the small little community, or do you want to just go to bed?
I think I will talk to a few more people, or at least listen in, or have small conversations, see kind of what else is going on, see if I can, hear a few whispers, or I don't care, or a few talks about anything else, if I hear anything of interest, and if I don't, I'll just head up to bed.
Head up to bed?
Yeah.
Alright. So, just your passive perception is 21, right?
Yes.
You can see without really needing to, think outright, focus too hard. You can see that there is a group that are doing a drinking contest. There's a stack of coins on the table, and they're slamming their fist and screaming and throwing things back. There's an arm wrestling table with more coin on the table, and then you hear, you start seeing people push tables out of the way of a small little area in the corner, and people are throwing tossing small coin purses at each other. There might be a fight ring. You wish to partake or bet, watch?
I think I will just watch.
Watch which one? You got 3 options. You can which one first? You got
the fight ring.
The fight ring? Okay. This is going to be fun. Because I'm going to be playing 2 people that are fighting. If you don't want to join, that is.
No, I think I would much rather see I'd much rather see the fightings of who might be joining me tomorrow.
Okay. You see, you meander over, and there's a small little semicircle joining, and people are passing around coins and shouting and going, hey. One person that is a little too inebriated, but not but if they have any more, they will pass out. Gets shoved into the ring, kind of sways a little bit, and then goes, ah! And then another person joins the thing after shaking a few people's hands, and walks into the ring and goes, ah! They dramatically rips off their work shirt, and they both get down into a low stance with their arms out, they're old school Grecian wrestling. I don't remember what that's called. Do you know what it's called? I can't remember what it's called. It's a special thing. You'll look at me like I'm stupid, right? It's okay. You don't know either.
I do.
Do you know what it's called?
It's
something like a bee or something.
No. Boxing?
No.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember.
Yeah. There's a police car patrolling. Alright. You go, and you see, both of them are relatively young-ish for dwarves. They've got, one, though, has, a little bit of a scruff. You can tell that it's kind of, like a fresher face, and then the other one is clean shaven, like younger than like really starting to have a full beard, you know. So you'd probably glean based on your age, probably upper teens, lower 20s, compared to that, and then like most of the people around you are probably the equivalent of like 30s to 40s. Most of the people. The first thing they do is they collide with each other. I'm going to roll 2d20s. See who gets the highest. I don't really know how to do this fight without. We'll wing it. Okay. The one that's younger. Hold on. I'd rather do something else. I'd rather do it in a different way. Hold on. Let me get some dice. I'm gonna use a mechanic from another game. Didn't think I'd be doing this. Oh, yes. Thank God for dice. Sorry about this. Are you reading stuff for your druid? Okay, so the bearded one runs forward and right at like the other dwarfs, the younger one that's clean shaven sees them coming and grabs the bearded dwarf like by the shoulders and uses his momentum to kind of fling him behind him, like fling him, and uses momentum to shove it behind him. I'm using the one roll engine mechanics for this. Winging it. The bearded dwarf lands on his ass, and the younger dwarf jumps on top of him, grabbing him by the long hair and slamming his face into the floor. There's blood. There's a tooth. It's getting like it's getting violent really, really fast, and all the dwarfs around you are like, fast! Give him the chair! Ah! And like throwing around coins, and then like the barkeeper is like shouting, hey! Don't get blood on the floor! No blood on the furniture! It's coming out of your tab! Okay. The bearded dwarf is not doing well. At all. I'm only rolling 5 dice for each of them. Because it's an average roll. The clean-shaven dwarf doesn't care and just slams his face again, the bearded dwarf's face again, and the bearded guy is just like slamming his hand on the floor, trying to be like, I'm good, and the bearded dwarf is able to like shake himself enough and like buck himself enough to knock the younger dwarf, the clean shaven dwarf, off of him. And everyone's like shouting and like having like a grand old time. The bearded dwarf is a little out of it right now, and goes to lunge for the clean shaven dwarf, and the clean shaven dwarf just shoves him back to the ground. And the clean shaven dwarf, with one giant kick, just nails the bearded dwarf in the head, and the bearded dwarf is out like this. Just like a small little pool of blood. Another tooth comes like moving out of his hands, and everyone's like, ooh! And then they're like, once they realize the bearded dwarf isn't moving, everyone goes, yes! And then they start throwing around even more coin, and that is the end of the fight.
Okay.
That's a dwarf fight for you. Somebody leans down with a mirror and holds it in front of the bearded dwarf's face, and he's like, he's still breathing! And everyone starts groaning. Alright.
Yasha is very interested in the clicky clacks.
Yeah, because she wins my dice. Alright. You want to continue observing the rest of it? Do you want to join any of the other, or are you, do you want to join the drinking contest? Do you want to do an arm wrestling contest, or you just want to keep observing or go to bed, or go do something else? I would stand up and be more animated, but I need to stay in frame of the camera.
I might join the arm wrestling competition.
You're gonna enter?
Yes.
Alright, so putting down right away, it is they double your bet, but the minimum bet is 3 gold.
Okay.
Right. So you put down 3, so you look up, you put down 3 gold. I love arm wrestling contests and games. This is one of my favorite game mechanics. So you put down your gold, and the person puts down, like, looks you up and down. The person that you're up against, a dwarvish lady that has like a crinkly like face, pot-marked, definitely older. One of her eyes has cataracts in it. She's like the biggest grin, and she looks you up and down, and she puts 10 gold down. She doubles your bet because she's
more
just
than doubling.
Oh, what did you put down again?
3.
Oh, she puts down 10 gold. She's like, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you. Roll a d20. Add your strength modifier.
2.
So you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1 too.
You have your arm out, and you're just like looking up and down, and then they drop the handkerchief to go like somebody next to you, and she sees the handkerchief, but it's on her bad side, so she starts to go, but it's called false start at the right away. And then she's like, I'm sorry. You have to get on this side of me, man. I can't see. So they go over to the other side. And they drop the handkerchief roll again.
13.
I rolled 12.
I also rolled a 12.
You guys, your hands are together, and you guys are like, she goes, and you go, and and like you guys are like neck and neck, right in the middle, just like still like evenly contested. Go ahead, go again.
Even though it's technically a 13, they rolled a 12.
Yeah, I'm pretty much matching your rolls.
Oh, okay.
I'm adding +1 to the rolls because you are a +1. Okay?
Yeah. So mine was 13.
Yeah.
Is yours also 13 then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because you said I rolled a 12, and I'm like, okay.
Yes, I added +1 to it.
So it's a 13.
Yes.
Okay. 16.
16.
Please don't tell me you also rolled 15.
You guys go in and you're like, and then you start pushing her this way. And she's going, no. Roll again.
11.
It gets back to the middle. I rolled a 10. 18, it starts going back. And she's like, no! You're tougher than you look! Roll again. What'd you roll? 5. It goes to her. She's like, back to the middle.
16.
And it goes, and she's like, fuck you! And it keeps going back on her, and you're just like, ah!
You're making a lot of noises. It's very funny. 15.
It goes back to the middle. I rolled an 18. What was it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I caught it before it landed.
Okay. What'd you roll? What'd you roll? I rolled an 8. What was it back here?
Huh?
What,
yeah.
You go back to the middle.
Or no, it was in the middle.
It was, oh, she's like, and starts pushing you down. This is like,
16.
It goes back to the middle. Just like, she sounds a little constipated. What'd you roll?
13.
And it goes back, and she's like, no.
14.
It goes back to the middle. I rolled a 17. She's like, ah.
What happened to not rolling higher than a 10?
You little. She's like, you little bitch. I'm gonna get my gold. She said, what'd you roll?
4.
I rolled a natural one. It goes, no.
16.
And it's back. And she goes, boom! And she's like, fuck you, you fucking cheated, you bitch! But you get an additional 10 gold plus yours. So you get 13 gold. That was fun, right? I love our wrestling in games. Do you want to go against somebody else in arm wrestling or go do something else?
Let's go against whoever wants to challenge me.
Back to arm wrestling?
Sure.
You wanna? Arm wrestling's fun, right?
Whoever wants to challenge me.
Someone steps forward, literally shoving the lady out off the old lady off the bench, and she kind of like humps and goes and like holds her hip, and she's like, and the person sits down, large, burly dwarf, like tall for a dwarf as well, sits down, like shakes the table a little bit
like
when he puts
Thorin tall for a dwarf.
Yes.
Gosh.
And he slams his elbow on the table and he puts down an additional 10 gold. He's like, how dare fucking you, bitch. Hurt grandma.
How dare I hurt grandma?
After he shoved her off the bench and hurt her, how dare you go against grandma and win. Alright. You link hands with them handkerchief falls.
12.
You already start pushing him down and he starts to panic. I rolled a 2. That's cocked. What'd you roll?
It's a 5.
Boom! Seriously? And
Did you
he's like,
roll a
oh
one?
my god, you bitch!
Did you roll a 1?
Rolled a 2. Rolled a 2.
Oh my gosh.
This is the most fun. Who needs to go eradicate some goblins?
Yeah, who needs
Let's put arm wrestle. You wanna go again and you get an additional 10 gold. Hey! Little
Gatshadow.
baby.
Off.
She's gotten cocky.
She has gotten cocky. Run, run, run.
One more round and then bed, I believe.
Alright, another round of
One more round and then bed.
a younger dwarf it's a little light compared to the one that you just now did. Kind of comparable to the old lady, but much younger. Sits down, puts down an additional 10 gold. It's like, let's fucking go, bitch! Handkerchief falls.
Natural 20.
Boom! And they're just like, everyone's just like, and they go, go, new person! What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie! 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 And they start chanting your name and like throwing coins around with each other. And then like they're like throwing them back. It's like a fucking like everyone is like, yes, Charlie! Alright. Going to bed, continuing going. What's up with?
I think I'll end on a high note.
You're going to end on a high note. Everyone's like, no, Charlie, come on. But you're just like going to bed.
Yes. Up to my room. Room 21.
You rolled a 21. Room 21.
I mean, technically, my last roll was a 21. Natural 20.
I rolled an 8.
I don't want anyway.
Alright, we're gonna take a quick break. Use the bathroom, grab something to eat, okay? Welcome back. You ready?
Sure.
Alright. So, you wake up in, what is the morning? 8 hours from now. And you stretch, and what do you wish to do now that you've woken? Because, you're going to meet this person, but do you want to, like, get, like, food first, like breakfast first? Do you want to just eat on the way to the mine, which is in a town? Like, what do you wish to do?
Was the inn tavern, is it like the kind of place that has food?
Yeah.
All the time? Like, would it have breakfast, or would I have to go seek that?
You'd
in the
be able
town?
to get breakfast there. You don't
Okay.
know what the quality would be, but
I will.
for about 5 silver you can get some. I don't know if you're a vegetarian. Vegetarian options would probably be like just potatoes and like cheese on it and like cheesy potatoes and like maybe some biscuits or like some bread, like buttered bread. I don't know, are you a vegetarian? You haven't thought about it?
I mean, only out of necessity. If it's if meat's available, I'll eat it. If not,
Okay.
out of courtesy, kind of like Aang.
Okay. You get like sausage, like some sausage, eggs,
Eggs
a little
are
bit,
vegetarian, by the way.
yeah, a little bit of like potatoes. They offer you to put. They ask if you want to put cheese on it, but that's up to you. Yes. Yes.
Yes, cheese.
And then you get like some bread and your choice of like questionable jams and butter. All right.
Perfect breakfast. After that, I think I will.
What did I say? How many silver? 5 silver? 5 silver for that?
I think you said 4.
Regardless, money.
5 silver.
Money. Must be lovely. It does pick up it picks up me rolling my dice better than it does my voice. Like, I'm looking at like the little bar at the bottom. Yep. It's actually like almost in the yellow when I roll my dice. Okay, well. Alright. So
and then after breakfast, I will just be on my way to meet up with Arden.
she's chilling on a bench right outside the door, whittling on like a little bit of wood, just like chilling. She's already has like she pulls from her hip a small flask and takes a swig, puts it down, puts it away, continues. She hasn't noticed you yet, but she's literally like less than 10 feet away from you. Alright. You.
Oh, I greet her.
Oh, hello. You seem to be fit and ready and fed, ready to head out.
Yes, ready whenever you are, and whatever compatriots you've gathered. Oh, well then, that's perfectly acceptable.
Sadly, it's such short notice. People don't want to be in the mines today.
That's understandable. Their day off.
Get paid extra. They don't want to deal with any vermin.
That's acceptable. That's understandable. I don't blame them not wanting to spend their only day off back at work.
Yeah, well, gotta do what you gotta do. It's extra money. I would have paid them double their shift. Anyways, ready to head out?
Yes, of course.
You can now that you get like a good look at her, she is wearing like a breastplate that's got like some scuffs on it. She picks up a longsword and kind of like holds it over her shoulder, like rests on her shoulder. She picks up a small little helm and puts it over her head. It only it's like one of the ones that like goes over the nose, but you see the rest of the face. And she's like, let's head out. It's about a 10-minute walk to the start of the mines, and we might be there for a better part of a day before we do anything exciting. So, ready to head out.
Okay.
Alright. So, you make your way into the mine. It's dark. Wet. And, there's nobody's in the mine except for you two. And it's kind of really creepy when you just realize that, oh my god, I am under, like, thousands, millions pounds of mountain by yourself with someone that you just met last night. Very bad first date idea. She picks up a torch and strikes it and then hands it to you. She's like, yeah, there's torches along the way, but sometimes it can get pretty dark. Do you have dark vision? Hold on.
Maybe.
You're... No. You do not. I'm checking.
Wait. Fire do.
Fire do, but you don't. But you can breathe pretty much no matter how much. Whenever you wish. Light blue skin, hair, and eyes. Faint but constant breeze.
Sometimes. It depends. Not everyone. Different than other Air Ashari. And other Air Genasi even.
Really? What makes you different?
Is this my DM asking?
Yes.
Temperament.
Oh, you have a better temperament? You don't change with the weather? Or
No, I do.
what makes your temperament different than other air genasi?
You'll find out.
Okay. Let me... Ow. Good dude, son went out. The only thing I don't like about Oreos is it just like leaves a film on your cheese.
No, I think that's just you. I think that's a Jake thing. So, we have a torch and we're going.
And you're going.
I do not
You
have dark vision.
Okay. She does.
I can use dark vision as a spell, but I don't have
I
that.
don't know how long it lasts anyways.
Yeah, I don't have that accessed to me right now. I don't have it prepared.
What spells do you have prepared?
I have quite a few.
Do you mind telling me a few of them? You don't have to tell me all of them. Useful. 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 Flame blade. Misty step's very useful, particularly in the getaway. Call lightning, yes. Dispel magic, blight. Dominate beasts, commune with nature, transport via plants. You're in a cave.
So?
Mirage Arcane, what's that? Okay. Okay. You can like make a fake bridge or something like that. Make a valley or a crevasse that's not there and then fuck somebody up. Tsunami! Storm of Vengeance. It's your 9th level spell. A churning storm of cloud forms centered on a point you can see and spread at a radius of 360 feet. Lightning flashes in the area. Thunder booms. Strong winds roar. Each creature under the cloud, no more than 5,000 feet beneath the cloud, when it appears, must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d6 thunder damage and becomes deafened for 5 minutes. Each round you maintain concentration of the spell or swarm produces an additional effects on your turn.
more damage, I think.
You're scary. Oh. At least I know now what I'm getting into.
Boop. Yeah, I didn't know what all I would need, but you said I was probably going to be alone. So I picked, like, you said a bunch of combat, so I just picked a bunch of combat things.
Yeah, you're with one person.
Yeah.
So you're not alone. But you might as well be.
Yeah.
Because this person's a fighter, with a long sword. Nothing else.
The dwarf has a long sword?
Yeah. But
the sword is like twice as long as the dwarf.
It's about as long as the dwarf.
How does it carry it?
On his shoulder. No, not behind. Against their shoulder. Like they're holding the handle here and it's flat against their shoulder.
So it's whacking me if they're walking in front of me.
Possibly.
Okay.
Hold on, let me look up some fighter abilities. Is it a schmack?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything crazy, but I'm going to give them a martial archetype. Because they are also level 20. Okay. Doing champion. Just because it's easiest. Crit. Roll. Damage. 1, 2. Oh, forgot to put down their AC. Okay.
We were so prepared.
Reroll 18 to 20 for crits on 18, 20. Start each of your turns, regain hit points. 1 plus 5 your constitution. If you have no more than half of your hit points left. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about that. That's a little OP for an NPC. Okay. Alright. So you guys begin walking. Roll a survival check for me, please. Nice, I rolled a 16. So you guys start walking and you're...
Oh, wait.
Yeah, add your
Nope.
wisdom.
25.
Still rolled a 16, because their wisdom is plus 0.
I forgot. I have advantage.
Advantage?
Oh, no.
Proficiency?
Proficiency. Proficiency.
Proficiency.
Yeah, I saw that it was I saw it, and then for some reason after I rolled, I only looked at my regular modifier. 26.
26. So you're able to
25.
glean, like...
25.
So...
I forgot how to math.
So you're moving down the cave. You can tell that it's been hours, and you're getting deeper and deeper. The air is getting heavier and heavier. And though someone that's used to the outside, the open air, would normally get claustrophobic and scared because you're so reliant on the nature, and in here everything is just rock and stone. There might be some fungus, but that's the limit of whatever nature that you sense. It's very there's very little to no organic life besides you two, and it's really fucking with you. But you're able to shake it off as you're going. It's gonna. You have a feeling that this is going to be the hardest thing you've probably done in your life in a very long time. Just you being in these mines. It's going to be not just a physical challenge if you guys encounter anything. It's also going to be a mental challenge, being able to keep your cool and see the world and know that as long as you live and can walk, you will see the sun. You just don't know when. So it's been hours, and it seems like a maze, but you're trusting your compatriot to keep going. Occasionally, she will stop and think. And just stare between. You notice she doesn't have any sort of map or guide piece. Nothing. You hope. Roll an insight check. What'd you roll?
16.
16? Just straight 16?
Yeah.
Anything on it?
Oh, that's including the modifier.
What's your modifier?
11.
So you rolled a 5.
Yeah. Either way, it's 16.
Yeah. She seems to be knowing what she's doing. You think you're just nervous. You're on your own. You're underground.
My mind's playing tricks on me.
Your mind's playing tricks on you. So you, though she seems to pause and hesitate sometimes as she's looking around. She seems like she knows what she's doing. She's also like the foreman. She's one of the big bosses. You hope that she knows her way around, right? I mean, she's gotta. She runs the mine, right? Alright. A few other hours pass. Roll another survival check for me. Keep your cool.
16.
16. What'd you roll with previously? Like 20 something?
25.
It's starting to get at you. We're starting to lose track of how much time is passing, but you still, you keep being there's, you're just going to get the job done, you're just going to get the job done, you're just going to get the job done, you're just going to get the job done.
Are we making any conversation, during this time, or is it just me alone with my thoughts? Am I overfacing it right now?
If you wish to talk with her, she's being exceptionally quiet. You can probably tell that she's, based on that, insight, she's focusing on making sure that she's making the path. It's not that she's not interested in making conversation, she's just focused.
Got it.
You can talk, go ahead, if you wish to. Break the silence, get out of your head. But know that you just gotta as soon as you get this job done.
I think I'm gonna ask her how far they've gone in the mine. What's the current distance of their mine?
Well, we've gotten 5 miles deep, just about, a little bit. But we have 20, 30 miles of snaked mines. Mines become mines inside this, but we're about 5 miles below the surface right now, and about, I'd say, 2.5 miles from the town. Don't worry, we're not going too far away. We're just going down a new bank. We just now started mining it. So you guys walk for another few hours. You imagine, just based on whatever internal clock you have, roll a survival. Would you roll?
13.
13?
Yeah.
With the modifier?
Yeah.
You've lost track of time.
Of course I have. Oh no.
You've lost track of time. You remember leaving, it was probably about, when you left the town, it was probably about like 6:37, maybe 7:30 at the latest. I mean, you were inside a mountain, you couldn't really see the sun, but you gleaned it was morning just based on how everyone seemed to have been starting the day. Shops were being opened at that moment, and you were the first person down in the inn part. And the last time like you were gleaning, you were thinking about it, it was probably close to noon or something like that. But now you're just so deep and it's so overwhelming that you're beginning to wonder if this is a mistake. You don't know how far you have to go. It's hard to tell how far you've gone. It's hard to tell how long you've gone. You feel like you're being suffocated. Though you can breathe. You know you can breathe. You've been thrown underwater and tested your breathing. You've been as high as the sky and you've been able to breathe. But for some reason, you feel like you can't. You're having a panic attack. Though it might not be physical, external, but inside you just have like a seed of worry.
Okay.
So you want to do you wish to make small talk to get out of your head, or do you want to just like die in your brain?
I would like to attempt small talk, but I want to make sure that it's a line of conversation that will be the least distracting for Arden.
Okay.
Don't want to get lost.
Ask about family. You can ask about how long she's worked.
How long have you been foreman of the mine, or how long have you worked in the mine? Is it a family profession?
I'm actually the first one in my family to hold a job for longer than a couple years.
Oh.
And I am like 200 years old. I don't know, old for dwarf.
That is old for dwarf.
I don't, just like, still kicking though. Yeah! Not really. She doesn't make a kick, but she has a certain energy to her that doesn't make her feel, like, look as old. But, I've been here for a good 50, 60 years of my life, and foreman for about a good 20. I know these mines better than anyone here in this whole town. I've been definitely working it the longest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you've seen your fair share of creatures then in this mine.
Mostly
Accidents or anything?
I mean, just like any other profession, there's accidents. Cave-ins, not the proper PPE used for a situation, not proper training, not proper supervision. I mean, like, any job can be dangerous if you do not have the proper tools and training to be able to handle it. So I try to keep a tight ship, listen to people, make sure people are comfortable, never make them do anything that they don't wish to do, never pressure them. And I listen. I walk among them. I don't just sit in the office. I walk among people and make sure people are okay.
That's good. I admire that about a leader.
Yeah. But when it comes to other things that we see, usually just some goblins, maybe a couple kobolds. Nothing too intense. I've never encountered like trolls or giants, anything. I haven't done anything like that. When it comes to encountering people from Gatshadow.
I gather that's what makes this current situation a little tense for you then. Having them not be too much of a worry, and then all of a sudden they're overstepping.
Yes. It's not been very easy working in the mines.
I would imagine not. Have you gotten anybody else who's been willing to help out in this way, or am I the first?
Usually I have to pull some teeth to get people to come with me, but I really do not want my workers just encountering a group of goblins and having just their mining gear to defend them.
No, that would be...
I can't be everywhere.
Yes, I imagine just having them encounter them on their own would be rather frightening for them if they're not used to it.
Yes, we have some very young green people down here sometimes. Don't want them to be too spooked.
We have those at home.
Hey, we were all once green.
Well, I'm hoping to change that about myself, so maybe this is just what my travels are for. Getting some experience for myself. I'm a little different than my kind back home. They're more content to stay where they are and enjoy the peace, but I'm a little more inquisitive and curious.
I mean, I've been around. I've heard you Ashari people do like to keep to yourself. You guys, I mean, like, you guys protect the elemental planes?
Yes.
Stuff like that?
Yes.
It's a big job. I mean, like, you keep us safe from like monsters and elementals and stuff. Just like I keep you guys and the rest of the world safe from things in the deep.
Yes. My friends back home, they like sticking to the old ways, but part of my curiosities is learning new things, seeing if anything out in the world is happening that could be more useful to those back home.
Yeah. We haven't seen an Ashari. I've never seen an Ashari. I only know from word of mouth and books and education and just curiousness.
Oh, and what do they say about us?
That you guys are stuck-up, pompous pricks.
I can imagine.
Well, you seem pretty alright for you. Roll a survival check.
18.
After just a very nice about half hour to an hour's worth of chatting, you start to feel a little bit, your mind isn't so occupied with the fact that you're so far away from everything that you know and everyone you love. You're like, I definitely don't want to stay down here longer than I need to, but this isn't all that bad. I mean, like, I'm slowly making a friend. This person, they're old and wise and doesn't seem to have really left the mines their whole life because they've been working there. Still seems like a nice companion. Definitely better than everyone that you beat the shit out of last night that are probably too salty to come. And you kind of probably wonder if that's why no one wanted to come. They didn't want to be around you. or they were too hungover.
I imagine the dwarves would have a little bit more of a.
I would be surprised how many dwarves come to work still drunk. Hey. Not smart. But I'm sure they do. They're dwarves. Anyways, so though you have lost track of time and how far you've gotten, the company is nice. Nice old lady. She kind of stops. You don't realize as you've been walking that you've encountered a dead end. And you begin to worry. It's like, oh my god, did we do a wrong turn? But she walks up and she has her gloved hands and she walks up to the wall and she kind of like pats it with her hand, like leaning against it with her ear and pats against it for a few seconds. And then like like rubs her hand and like against the rock and it starts like tumbling off, like she's like feeling like the easier, like she's trying to find like the softer rock against the harder rock. And then she pulls out a small little pick that was kind of like on her hip, not very large, and think of like Laura Croft's ice pick, like climbing pick, and like starts whacking like the softer areas of the rock, and it starts like coming down ever so slowly, and she's like using her free arm to kind of like pull
like a cave-in almost. Is that how the rock is built up, or is it more just like a softened wall?
It's kind of like a mix of like rock and dirt. You're pretty deep, so it's kind of like seams of dirt and like seams of like softer rock that she's using the pick to kind of like wedge it out and like pull some like the heavier, like larger bits, and she's trying to like make like a hole. But she
yes, but like, does it look like it was a cave-in?
No. It's just like they stop for the day.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, it's not like completely flat, it's kind of like a curve. But like you're able to stand pretty tall, but you can tell like they literally just like they looked at the time, had to clock out, left. So she's pulling stuff back. Do you want to get your hands dirty and kind of like
sure, I'll help her out.
Okay, yeah. So she's just like she's whacking and pulling and kind of roll a strength check to kind of like help like pull some of the rock away.
19.
Okay. I'm giving her advantage because she has a tool. Yeah, that was a natural 17 and a 3. I will take the natural 17. Strength is +7. Slowly, the natural rock.
Their strength is +7?
Yes.
So it's a...
I rolled a natural 17, so I'm keeping the natural 17.
Oh, okay.
Because I know it's 24.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing.
I mean, I would like to know the reasoning.
Oh. Well, I'd rather keep... I rolled
you gave her advantage. Okay, so you're not
tool.
rolling again. Okay. I got it.
Yeah, she's using it.
I got it now.
If she was just using her hands like you were...
I thought you meant you were using the 17 instead of the 24. I got it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got it.
If she was like using like part of like an improvised... like her weapon or like the butt of a dagger, even just her own hands, I would have not given her advantage. She was using a tool specifically used for climbing and like pulling and
okay.
winding.
I got it. I understand now. Thank you.
Slowly, after pulling for a couple like you guys are like pulling out, and it's like after like a few like inches, like about 5 inches, you start getting cut rock. Not this natural like dirt and rock that you've been that lines the mines. The mines have like stability with like big logs and stuff like that. Where are you going?
Keep talking.
Well, you need to be close enough to the mic.
You can keep talking. I was
Okay. They slowly becomes cut rock. It's like part of a wall. And she's like, fucking shits. 'Cause it's as I thought. So she starts whamming harder and like pushing this, like pulling this, the more room for you guys to climb through of the natural rock, and like banging and hitting against the cut rock. Slowly she's able to pull like you between the two of you guys you get like a 3 by 3 foot hole. So it's tall, like she can get through with like a duck, but you have to kind of like
Crawl.
stoop down a little bit. You don't have to crawl, but you just like have to like bow down almost completely, kind of using your hands as like some stability. And you get through, and you are in a cavern. There's a few little huts that are made of stone and wood, and like you don't know exactly everything that's like it is architecture that you've never seen before. It's crude. It's actually very reminiscent of your longhouses, because you guys live in longhouses. It's very, actually we kind of don't know what the Ashari live in. We're guessing. So it's kind of like large communal houses inside, and it is not exactly pitch dark, but it's not very bright. There's a few torches like every like 20 to 30 feet, but after a while it just gets too dark for you to see even with the torches. This is a pretty expansive place, and it's eerily quiet, but not quite quiet like it's abandoned. I mean, there are torches that are lit.
It's just no one's. So it's like no one's close. Like no one's like within vicinity, but there's activity.
Roll a perception check.
26.
26. You can see kind of like nearby, like within like 50 feet of you, that there's like a forge. It's still lit. It's still warm. So someone was using it until very briefly before you guys. So there's signs that. What is it?
Oh, I thought I heard a cat.
Well, we have two.
I know, but it wasn't. It was like it was outside.
Like a lady?
Maybe.
So you. There's things here. Well, can I see a sheet? Doesn't have to be yours. Or might as well, can I just look at yours so I can look at the skills? Acrobatics, stealth, history. There's nothing really that I can think of. Oh, thank you for throwing that at me.
I didn't quite throw it, but alright.
I took it here so I could kind of look at the stats a little bit. Alright, just roll a straight wisdom roll.
13.
Is that with your modifier?
Yeah.
You can see movement. But there's hints that you're not alone. whole town. It could be one creature. You don't know. What do? You can try and find a place to hide. You can move in more and kind of do some more investigating. You could fucking leave. You can run.
Don't think I'm going to quite leave or run. So, will this be a cave or a dungeon?
It went from a cave to a dungeon. Okay. Well, what? It's still like, I wouldn't. It's now become the Underdark.
Yes, but is it a cave or a dungeon? Would it be considered a cave or a dungeon?
Kind of hybrid. Like it's a big room, and you can still like see stalactites are up top, right?
Stalactites are up top, yes.
Yeah, you still see like stalactites.
Because they hold tight to the ceiling.
Thank you. And like stalagmites here and there, but it is like there's walls, there's architecture, there's stuff like that. There's like there's stone paths. It's not exact. It's kind of like a hybrid. Like somebody reinforced a cave and it's kind of turned into a dungeon, but it's still got like cave like. You can tell that it was a natural cave that someone turned into something, a livable, more habitable space.
Hospitable.
Yeah, but it's very quiet, and it's. What you reading? What are you looking up?
Oh, commune with nature. Which is why I'm asking if it's a cave or a dungeon, because it doesn't work in dungeons.
It's been lived in long enough and built up long enough that it's not
okay.
Yeah, it was a once or like organic sort of scenario where it was naturally made, but someone turned it into something that is more advanced.
Okay.
And more society. Like there's society here.
Okay.
And there's like cut stone, and there's paths, there's torches, there's buildings, but they're kind of crude, and most of them are one story. Like you can't tell like mortar sort of scenario, but like it's stacked cut stone.
Okay. Cool. Well, that throws that out the window.
What do you want to do?
I guess move forward.
Large cauldron-y torches that are higher up, above, like sitting like right above roof level throughout this whole entire cavernous cave. You didn't even know how big it was until all of these start coming alight with flame, illuminating a large cavern, probably about the size of half a football field, with stone huts, and you start hearing like chittering and creaking, and you start hearing things. You don't know what. You hear it. You do not see it.
That's great. I love that for me. I love that for me. Okay.
She kind of steps in front of you and is like, get ready.
How sweet.
I'll let you do one thing before you roll initiative. You want to prepare a spell. You want to find cover and stealth. What do you want to do right before you roll initiative?
I will. She said previously the night before that she doesn't necessarily want to kill them, right?
She doesn't want. She's
no fatal harm.
She's not afraid to kill, but she doesn't
Want to.
But like, she's not there to kill them. She'll just do anything to make them leave. And if that means killing a couple, destroying their property, okay.
Okay, got it.
And then it's to drive them away. And if their lethal force needs to be done, okay.
Got it. I guess I will.
Oh fuck! I need to get some D10. Where's mine? D10. 1d10 plus and a 6. Her long sword. She kind of she traces her hand down it, around the whole length of the blade, and it catches the light, crackling and glowing bright red. All right, that's her preparation.
I suppose I will.
Your AC is what, 14?
15. I'm going to find cover. See if there's anything in my vicinity that I can hide behind, or...
There's buildings. There's like a small little half wall that's kind of like...
I'm gonna hide behind the closest thing I can see to me.
There's some stalagmites hanging out. There's a few like a half wall that's like separating. That's giving like part of one of the houses some privacy.
Okay. The closest.
I would say like one of like lunging behind a pretty decent sized stalagmite and just kind of like curling up a little bit. Roll a stealth.
4. I rolled a 2.
You are definitely a little too tall for it, and your butt is like sticking out just a little bit, like you think.
I think I got it.
It looks comedic. Looks a little comedic.
Hey Arden, mind that can you see me?
Bull's eyes. Yes.
Well, I guess this will have to do.
Roll initiative.
13.
I dropped my pencil. What was it? Hold
13.
on 1 second. 15?
13.
Okay. I need to get gobbling up. Get this out of the way over here. This. Hold on. Okay. So we got what? A 15 for you?
13.
A 13.
Oh.
I know.
I don't want to fight that. It's cute.
So 16.
That's quite the pose it's striking.
I don't know. I just picked it up. It's so cute. 4, 19, 13. She rolled a 7.
So we're going dead last. Got it.
No, but pretty damn close. Okay, I need some d6s, more d. Oh, I have them here.
Do you need any more? I'm just kidding. You're not using my dice.
I wasn't gonna ask. I don't know where my spare dice are, so it's fine. I got so much. Oh, wait, D6, D10, D10. I have 4 d6s up here. I think that's enough. Are you looking for the other dice back? I don't know where it is. All I know is that I have 6 d20s. Four from half sets, or 3 from full sets, and another 3 from half sets. Don't worry about it. I have 6. I'll be fine. What? Oh, it's going. Okay. Yeah, we should. All right. Up first, you hear some cheering and a little bit of like laughter, and then like a hoop, and sure you see again 15.
Yes, sir.
This is no. I rolled a 2, a 4, a 5, and a 2. And a 3. A volley of arrows comes swinging by, and though you're very not well covered and very well seen, they just bounce, like they literally like Robin Hood Men in Tights, just like they barely graze you at every point and don't actually pierce you. It's like, whew, lots of close calls. And what is her AC? I don't remember. 18. And a small volley of arrows just tink and fall, like falling right at her feet. There we go. At Arten's feet, and like one of them like tings off her boot, her steel-toed boot, and then like that was it. You're up. You do not see them, but you can roll perception to see them.
Okay.
You kind of know the direction of the arrows were coming in. They were coming from like around some of the houses that are in like the middle of the region. So they're like 60-ish feet from you.
Oh, those are a little overkill for what I want to do right now.
What were you thinking about?
I think those are a little overkill right now.
Just like, you know, like 50 goblins. But like full families. So like actual like families. Like people are living there. It's a small community.
I'm gonna do. Oh no.
Having fun there. You don't want to kill a bunch of people?
Yeah, I'm torn. I don't want to kill a bunch of innocent people just for living.
Just for existing on this planet.
Yeah. Just for being an inconvenience.
Ouch.
I'm going to... Crap.
The bathroom's there.
Very funny. You said they're 60 feet away?
Just about. I mean, you can't really see them, but like the arrows were coming from like the heart of this little like area. Make it like 30 because it's about the size of like half a football field, so it's about 50 yards.
Right.
So think of it actually about probably close to 30. Now that I actually math things out in my head. Hey, it's this.
I'm going to cast Entangle.
Okay. Tell me what it does.
Range is 90 feet.
Okay.
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range.
Okay. What does so
they turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained until the spell ends. A creature restrained can use its action to make a strength check against the spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself.
Okay. Do I roll immediately or do I roll before each of my... Do I get to roll now or do I have to wait until my action?
I don't know. It just says a creature within the area when I cast the spell must succeed.
I think up to 1 minute, 90 feet.
Well, the range is 90 feet, but it's a 20-foot square anywhere within 90 feet of me.
I'm just going to go ahead and roll and just see how well they're able to move at the beginning of their next round. And what's your DC?
My spell DC?
Yeah. 18?
19. Do I have to tell you where I want it?
It's a 20. Give me,
it's a 20
give
foot.
Me like, do you want it to be like around where the houses are? Do you want it to be like closer to you? To like, do you want like obviously you want it between you and possibly these people? Do you want it to be like in the middle of the town where those people, the goblins or whatever creatures are living here live, or do you want them like between you and them, like where like between like where the small little like here? Hand me that.
No, that's a Sharpie.
Ooh. When in doubt, write it out. So you got like a big ass cavern, and you kind of enter through here. There's like some houses.
Because
like,
you said they're within like 30
and
feet
then
of
there's,
me.
like a path that kind of goes around. Down. So you're like down here and like here. Okay, so you're like, this is where you guys entered. You guys are like here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a bunch of like houses and then paths between them. And like the arrows came from like in this direction.
Okay.
So do you like want your spell like here or like in the thick of it?
Oh, in the thick of it.
In the thick of it?
Yeah, so into the thick of it. So it's I'm going to try to position the spell so it hits around like as close to the center of them as I can get, but still staying within my 90 foot range. Okay. And then it's going to encompass a 20-foot square of that surrounding area.
I need my phone out for my calculator. Oh, you have my phone. It's a cool goblin. So cute. It's Joe Cat. Art is credited to Joe Cat. Okay. Okay. These poor things only have 20 hit points.
Oh, and every creature in that area has to make a saving throw.
Okay. So the DC is 22, right? Or DC is 18.
19.
Oh, fail. Natural 20 for one of the groups of goblins or creatures.
So it's free. If it succeeds, then it's freeze.
Succeed. 2 succeeds, 2 fails.
You can't be up there. You gotta be over here. Right there.
Little babies.
She jumped up on the wrong chair.
I mean, like, that's okay.
I mean, it's not. She was laying on my phone and in the way of the book.
Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Okay. So, you cast Entangle, right?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes,
and
sir.
It affects quite a big patch. Okay, so out of nowhere, out of the rock and the stone of the floor, you see as if nature heard your call. The ground in the middle of this chasm starts shaking and rumbling, and comes out tendrils of stony vines, shaped like thorny vines, but they're made of stone and earth and crust, and they reach out and they grip at various things that you can't really see because they're kind of small. And you're like pretty far away from them, and you hear like some cries and some shocked gasps as you figure some of your plan is working, and you're holding whatever's attacking you and defending themselves from advancing upon you. Arton doesn't give a fuck.
This is a concentration spell.
Yeah. So
for
you
up to a minute. So I can't do anything else that takes concentration right now.
You can fight.
Yeah.
But every time that you get attacked,
I have to make a save.
Every time something successfully whacks you, you have to make a save. Or you need to cast it. And if you need to cast another spell, this gets dropped. Yeah.
Or no, if I have to cast another concentration spell.
Right. I wish you could say it doesn't affect certain people. She sprints, and her tiny little legs sprints in the direction with a giant war cry, "Ah!" with the sword that's like flaming and running in the direction, not giving a flying fuck. She gets right on the cusp of your spell, and is but is not deterred by it, like still like ready to go in there. Top of the round. You hear some more screaming and crying. What you reading? What's your brain doing?
Okay. So.
Do I take damage?
No. It just says a creature in the area when you cast it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained. So anybody who failed is restrained. But anything after that, if a creature enters after that or a person enters after that, it just makes it difficult terrain.
Okay.
So their speed is halved. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. That's better. Even though.
I mean, that's what I grasp from.
They can move 10 feet.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I grasp from this.
Can I just reread it?
Yeah. But of course, it ends after a minute.
I love these spell cards.
I mean, it ends after a minute, so it's. I mean.
We have all of them. We have Bard, we have Arcane, we have Cleric, we have Paladin, and we have Druid. We have all of them. And then races and shit. Okay, strength check against your spell DC on a success. Okay.
But that's only on the ones.
They're restrained, and how restrained works is if they fail a save, they
can't use an action, right? They can use their action to make the
get
save.
Out,
yeah.
Get out. The thing is, if they fail after the second failure, they are grappled, which their speed is set to 0. Their what?
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Got it.
Because
they're just
being restrained is the initial step to being grappled.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you are, the grappled condition is your creature, your speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus speed. Okay.
But escaping from being restrained is different from escaping from a grapple.
How a grapple works, you have to be you go from being restrained.
Yeah.
If you can't get out of the restraint, you become grappled.
Yeah, but escaping from a grapple is different than escaping from being restrained. Escaping from a grapple means you have to succeed on a contested check. So that means if I roll a strength check and you have to roll higher.
Well, no.
That's what that says.
The check that yours is, it's your spell DC.
That's not what this says.
It's because it's different. It's a spell. Hold on.
I'm having trouble understanding. Like I get the restrain, like this from the spell.
Restraining.
Like I understand
grapple.
I understand that this for the spell, it's you have to succeed a strength check against my spell DC. On a success, you free yourself. But if you fail and it becomes a grapple, this doesn't say anything about grapple.
Okay. Alright. Fine, except for fucking cookies. Okay. Okay. So, to grapple, you need to have somebody restrained.
Mm-hmm.
On their once they're restrained, if they have 1 round to break your restraint, and if they fail, they have grappling. Well, other options for restraining, what other things that can do to restrain people to put them into a grapple is a spell, like entanglement, a net. Also, you can restrain people with like water.
Nets, whips, water,
and other magical items.
Your hands.
So this. Okay. If it imposes a restraint condition, it can lead to the grapple condition.
Yes, but is in this case the grapple still subject to the entangle spell where it has to succeed a strength check, or is it like escaping a grapple and having to succeed a contested strength check?
Your strength roll, like the check that you're creating, is actually your spell DC.
So it doesn't matter.
Okay. You're fine. This is me keeping track of these poor babies.
But if it was a regular grapple, it would have to be a contested roll? Okay.
Yes.
So if I grabbed them and they were grappled by me, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes 2 rounds to do a successful grapple.
Okay.
You grab them, they're restrained. They can still wiggle and writhe and try to get out.
Right.
If they're unable to get out, they are grappled. They're held. You have the option to pin them down.
So if they're grappled by magical means, they're subject to the restraint of the spell?
Yes.
Constraint of the spell?
Yeah, the strength of the spell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got it now.
Think of it like the spells are extensions of you, but they use another
form. Okay.
It's like your mental and magical prowess. You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
We can continue.
I'm going to replay the music, okay?
Okay. We can continue with the music now.
Alright. So you hear cries of frustration and you have a feeling that whatever is entangled is now stuck. Unable to get free, unable to attack, unable to move, unable to do anything. So, nice going. You're up.
Oh, I'm going to. How far away am I again? I'm behind a.
You're behind a stalagmite.
But I'm 30 feet away.
Yeah, you're 30, 35, maybe 40 feet away.
Okay.
You would be able to get to.
Can to
it on your round of movement.
Can I use my movement to move as close as I can? So my 30 feet.
Yeah, you're
and then
you're within 5 feet of them. You're within reaching distance of them.
Am I in staff? Can I hit one with my staff? Ooh. I'm going to use one, and I'm going to use my whip, and I'm going.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit. Yeah, I'm going to whack the closest person with my whip.
You get closer, and you realize that these are just. It's a youngerish goblin. You don't.
I'm just gonna crack it at them.
You're just gonna crack it at them. Are you going wanting to do non-lethal damage or lethal damage? What type of damage do you wish to do?
Non-lethal. I mostly just want to scare it.
You just want to scare it, so you just want to crack it right next to it or at the equivalent of at its feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
a d4.
A d4. Add your.
I don't have anything.
Are you trying to intimidate it or actually do you want to intimidate or scare this thing or actually hit it?
I'll intimidate it.
Okay. So roll a charisma check. Wait, do you have intimidation?
I don't have anything on charisma. It's 0.
Roll a charisma check because I like this. Roll it with advantage. So
take the better roll.
Take the better roll. I love this idea.
7.
A 7? Well, it's restrained and it's terrified. Well, I rolled a natural 1. You see, even in this like the semi-darkness, you see like a patch of darkness starting to form on its poor pants. And it goes ah, and like other little creatures like curly, like small, stout. Some of them are lithe, but they're clean face. They've got like light greenish, like olive skin, like pointed face, fangs, but like it shrieks in fear, and everything else around it goes ah, and it's just like a tidal wave of like fear and panic goes throughout all of them. Like they're all feeling like what's going on. They don't know what the fuck is going on. These people
We're just invading.
Yes, these two people came out of fucking nowhere, and now they're scared of you. So yeah, they're restrained and constricted, whatever, and grappled. They can't move. They want, like, you can see, like, in their eyes that they want to get the fuck away from you. Like, Jesus Christ, this is like they're fuck. They're fucked.
Is there anybody we can see in the vicinity that looks like it might be the leader of this small community?
Like
anybody who looks or dressed is more important?
Roll a perception.
Perception?
Perception. Are you proficient in it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roll a straight roll. With perception.
Straight?
Just roll a perception. I would have made you roll with disadvantage if you were not proficient in it. Because you're in the middle of a heated battle.
Right, so I don't add my 11.
No, you add your 11.
Oh, 28.
20. But, you kind of see, like, about 10 feet into this mass, just kind of, like, in the centralness, like, you could see, like, they're kind of constricted. They had a bow in their hand, like a short bow, and they're, like, constricted, like, on their way to, like, pull another arrow. Someone that has, like a bony, like, leathery, like headdress on that comes, like, down their face, and it, like it goes down, like braided leather down to, like, their mid-chest. They're probably the leader.
Okay. You said about 10 feet in the...
10 feet, like, in the middle. So like 15 feet away from you, but they're, like, smack dab in, like, the middle of your entanglement. Okay, okay, so it's difficult terrain. The, Arden starts climbing on top of these bramble vines made of stone and starts.
Has it been a minute?
No, a minute is, every round is 6 seconds.
Right. Okay.
So you got some time. Arden gets gets up on legs splayed out almost in a split, grabs one of them by, like, the scruff of the hair and starts bashing at one of the stones to try and free it and be like, I got you, kiddo. Clearly, like you think maybe this one's a kid because she's also, like, older than, like, everything. She's ancient. She's like, I got you. And is, like, using, like, bashing, like she knows that this one's not going to hurt. Like, try to, like, fight back or anything. She's, like, trying to break free, bashing, like, the pommel of her sword against it. For I think the DC for stone like this would be like a 15.
Why don't you look at your board?
I don't know. Well, I rolled a natural 20. So after, like, 2 hits, it, like, starts crumbling away, and she pulls that goblin child free, and just kind of like gently, like, tosses it out of the brambleness and frees it so it can, like, run and escape. And then she turns her attention to the next closest one to get ready to go help that person. So they're all scared of you.
That's fine.
And
Genasi are used to that.
Yeah. Then, like, you can just. I rolled a natural 18. So 4 of them start, like,
Oh, for your save? That still doesn't.
Yeah, no. Like, you can see them, like, trying to squirm the best they can, and, like, some of them are, like, getting it loose, but it's, like, scraping their skin, so you can see, like, in, like, some shininess against some of the stone. That's probably, like, blood, as they're trying to squirm their way, but, like, they're entrapped in such a way that it's, like, a cage, so no matter how much, like, they feel like they got themselves loose to get out, there's another thing, like, holding them down. There's another group that's just, like, not even wanting to test it. They don't, like, there's fight, flight, shutdown. They're in shutdown. Yeah, like, the previous group is in flight mode, or fight, you can't tell. But they're in
Freeze.
They're the ones that this group is in freeze. Alright. You're up. You can speak to them. You're not limited to fighting them.
I would like to ask the leader,
Okay.
or who I assume is the leader,
Okay.
what their community is doing here. Like, how long have they been in this area?
Diplomacy isn't a thing.
No.
It's not a stat. It's a stat in Pathfinder. Roll a persuasion check with advantage to see if you can kind of, like, reach that person and calm it down, because they're all pretty, like, scared of you right now.
15.
15? That's with advantage?
Yeah.
I rolled a 9, so, and their charisma is -1. It's an 8. Well, I would give this leader like a straight roll. I wouldn't subtract anything from it. But it still doesn't succeed. The goblin starts to calm down. You can't really tell what gender it is. They're wearing like leathers and stuff like that. We're just trying to live here. Why are you guys here? Why are you here? Start home.
I'm going to let Arden answer that.
Okay.
We're here under. Okay. Well, I'm going to say, my partner here has informed me that their people have a treaty with yours, or an understanding that your people are not meant to be up this high into the mountain. She's under the belief that you are breaking this treaty of theirs.
You can see this goblin start like breathing really heavily and like looking around, like eyes really big as it's trying to process your words. It starts breathing heavy. It's like, we're just trying to. Us community are not welcome around the others, and the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we?
You're gone?
Yeah. We're not welcome in the rest of Gatshadow. They don't believe in peace and love and prosperity.
Oh my god, they're a hippie community.
But we're not welcome up top with people like you guys. So we don't really have a place to go. So we found this large cavern, and we just wanna. We didn't mean anything. We're just trying to live.
Okay.
We don't have anywhere else to go. That's safe.
I'm going to say to this leader, I'm going to ask their name. I'm going to ask their name.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask their name.
My name is Deep Tooth.
Deep Tooth?
Yes, Deep Tooth.
Deep Tooth.
Deep Tooth! I'm sorry. I can't do TH sounds.
I know you can't. Okay, well.
Deep Tooth!
Well, Deep Tooth.
I'm guessing we're kind of calming down combat.
I appreciate that your community here is different than the others of your kind. However, if you had the people of the Murdoon mines have been seeing an increase in a number of creatures and activity, and they were just concerned about this and about these sightings, and we have come to investigate, and we do not mean you harm. We would just like to understand your purpose and to see if there's anything that we could do to help. And I look over to Arden and I am gauging her reaction.
Roll an insight check. Because they're kind of like, just roll an insight check.
24.
24? I don't really think. Well, I rolled 2, so there's.
They're not hiding anything.
They're not hiding anything. They're kind of like. They're clearly like trying to free other people, particularly like the younger ones. Like they're climbing around and trying to free them. But they are like, you can tell that they're listening.
Can I end the spell?
Yeah, you can drop it at any time.
Okay, cool. I just dropped the spell, and everything goes away.
Yeah, and then so these poor goblins were like thrusted up in the air, like 2-3 feet up in the air, just because that's how they intend. The ground literally came up from underneath them. So some of them just like plopped down on the ground. Some of them on their butts. Some of them on their feet. Some of the younger ones like fall and they start crying because they like scuff their knee or they twist.
Well, they
their
wilt
ankle.
away. It's not abruptly just gone. They
wilt
wilt
they
away.
Wilt down?
Yeah,
Okay,
they wilt
never
down.
mind. Then we'll still like there's a few kids that are crying because they're scared. And like as soon as a lot of these goblins realize that they're free, they start rushing to the younger ones and like calming them down and whatever. But like you can tell that your dwarven companion Arten wanted something a little bit more than just this diplomacy. They like throwing around their weight. They're like showing that they.
I mean, Arten's more than welcome to do whatever Arten wants, but that's not how.
Arten's she's realizing that, like.
There's a lot of kids
here. There's a lot of kids here, and there's like a lot of families. This isn't just like patrols or just like a small little like guard post. This is like a community. So she's beginning to like rethink everything, and she just like plucks a kid up off the ground and like kind of like takes out a rag from her pocket and starts like wiping some of the blood off his knee from when he was kind of encapsulated by some of the stuff. And she's just listening to you. She's letting you lead this sort of situation, but she's keeping an eye on you. Does that make sense? She'll shut you down. Yeah. But she wants to. She's putting a little bit of faith in you because you're an outside person. You can tell that she's kind of like gruffed up because like she was expecting more of a fight and she almost wanted more of a fight. So she's like, you can tell, like she has like this hesitation about her, like she doesn't want to overstep herself and like fuck something up, you know. So she's leaning on you.
Okay.
As a neutral third party.
I look around at the various families and the children being tended to, and I apologize for the abrupt invasion, and I address them and I say we were expecting a little more, something more of a force, like an armed patrol or an outpost of some sort. We were not expecting a community with families and everything like that. However, we might be able to work something out if Arton is agreeable to that, or if Arton knows something that I'm unaware of. But you say you're different than your other kin in your peaceful faction.
We just didn't want to fight for their more evil causes.
That's noble of you to seek something outside of your kin. Then
we would go above ground, like out of this mountain, and join the rest of the world if we weren't so threatened. As you can see, you guys came in swinging. We were just sleeping. Some of us were getting ready for school.
You guys shot arrows at us first.
Yeah, because we didn't know what you were going to do to us.
Okay.
You invaded our house.
That is fair. That is a very fair, valid point. We did invade your space.
You would go into defense.
Yes, that is a fair assumption. I don't blame you in the slightest. Why, if I may ask, did you know about this treaty between your two peoples?
Well, we didn't know how high we got. When you're when you're hanging out with everyone else, they keep a good. They know how high they can go, but they don't always share that with everyone. So we just decided to keep going. We followed some paths that were natural, and we just found this place that was big enough for us. We don't associate ourselves with them anymore.
Okay.
Not that we think we're above it all. We just, if we go any lower, we're in danger. If we go any higher, we're in danger. We thought we were safe.
Okay, I can't fault you for that.
Hey.
Perhaps.
You're pausing it.
Perhaps you, perhaps with Arton here, this is my fellow Arton. She's the foreman of the mine that butts right up against your guys' community, and this is
what we've been hearing. We've been hearing ting, 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 ting,
yes,
ting.
they, right on the other side of this wall over here, they were expanding their mine. Part of that treaty is they don't go too far down, and your folk don't go too far up. And it seems that you've hit just the right height that it's butting up right up against one of their current shafts that they're working on. And it obviously didn't take too long for us to break through, and it probably might have been a bit worse if this had happened during their workday. But perhaps with Arton here's help, you might be able to come to some sort of agreement with their people if you explain your situation to them. Like I said, we don't wish you any harm. We just want to make sure that the treaty and any understandings are being honored to the best that they can be. And again, we apologize for entangling your young ones.
Well, I mean, they're getting up. Just some skin knees. We'll be fine. But we don't really have a place to go now. Our house has been... We can't... Where we do? Where we go? We can't go back down. We can work. Do you think... I mean, I know you can't speak for the dwarves, but do you think we can work with you guys? Help you guys? We know our way around these parts just as good as you guys.
I would recommend going and speaking to the leader of this dwarven community here, and speaking to them about this. Like I said, explaining your situation and seeing if there's anything you can work out, and if part of that is working with them in the mine and being able to keep your community here, I don't see why staying here until you can speak with them would be impossible. But yes, I would recommend speaking to the leader of the dwarven community, and perhaps you can work something out between your two peoples.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
17.
Nice. I rolled a 2, so another one is going into the jail. Back to the bag. Almost done. Then I should do a lot of editing.
Sorry.
It's okay. We've been playing for 3 hours.
Hey, and there's only me.
Hey, we did pretty good. It's fun.
I stay way more on track than everybody else that you play with.
Yes, because everyone just goes la 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 la, which, I mean, it's okay to chat, but
keep it on the game.
Keep it in the game, in character. Well, I mean, it's worth a shot. As long as, I mean, you and your dwarf friend can vouch that we won't get hurt if we go above. We'll do anything to help us. If we get to keep this space and leave you guys alone, okay? We get to work with you guys and make honest wages and be part of society. Awesome. We just don't want to go back to them.
I look over to Arden to see her reaction to all this and ask her if
Insight check.
If she can help.
See if she's pleased about the situation.
18.
18. Arden looks reserved. Probably because even she doesn't know how the rest of the dwarves will take it. Literally, the worst that they can do is kick them out. And send them back down and tell them to suck it up. Which, I mean, like, is something they don't want to do, but if you can tell, she literally she doesn't want to hurt them. I'm sure the other dwarves probably feel the same. And she came in, like, heavily armed and ready to fight. I'm pausing. Okay, yeah, we're almost done. Okay, well, I mean, you can tell, like, she came down looking and expecting a fight. And she seems pretty cool and pretty calm and chill right now that they don't all have to fight. I mean, like, this is the community. You can't tell if this is the first time that she's came upon a community or not. Like such like this. But the fact that she's not being aggressive means that she's at least open to the possibility of, like, it's like she's open to the possibility of figuring out what can happen. She hasn't like sided as in like, you guys can stay with us or you guys have to go. She's clearly being like this is a situation that I can't make a choice of just by myself. You have a feeling that she has a lot of sway as being one of the head foremen of the mine. Not the owner, but like one of the lead foremans. But it's not her choice alone to make this. She's just like, I mean, you can come with us, but I can't make any promises. And she runs her hand down her sword, and the flame goes, like the fire flames go out. Stops glowing and it becomes dull metal again. And she picks up another dwarf kid off the floor and onto their feet. It's like, I mean, let's just go and figure things out as we go. She pulls out a timepiece out of her pocket. She's like, it's getting late. If we leave now, we can get you guys some food from the tavern before we send you on your way. Regardless of what's going on, we can at least feed you and get you guys some rest. So the goblin leader's like, that's very kind. We'll try to, we'll be good. We'll be on our best behavior. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so Arden starts walking towards the little entrance that they created. You want to go with them?
Yes. I'm gonna...
Like, where, like, are you gonna come from behind and, like, be the back of the line?
Yeah, I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. A little goblin child reaches up and takes your hand. They're on, like, their tiptoes, like, as high as they can because they go to, like, right above your knee.
I'll pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
Whee! They're kind of, like, hugging, like, the top of your head because they don't want to, like, brush the top of the mine shaft because it's like about this high up off like this is how much clearance you have because you're tall.
I'm not that tall.
How tall are you?
Air Genasi are the same size as, like, they're a medium creature. They're the same size as about a human. They're the same range. I'm only like 5'10". Because Genasi are half Jinn or half genie, and then whatever their other half is.
They're anywhere from 5 to 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're
human size. So I'm like 5'10".
Okay. Yeah, you're like there's probably about 4, maybe 5 inches clearance on top of you. And you guys start your walk. It's you've no idea how long it takes. You've lost track. Like,
is the whole community going with us?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
like,
just the leader going.
There's about 50 little goblins coming around with you guys. It's like a sea of tiny little green things.
I thought it was only the leader coming.
A few of
with
them,
us.
like they have dark vision. They don't need the torches, but out of courtesy, like a couple of them grab like light up one of their torches on the way out, and they like extinguish a lot of their fires before they leave. They'll be able to find their way back. It's like a common thing. The guys make it to the top. You don't know how long it takes. It takes. You lost track before you are not going to get track magically in the middle of walking. But you start seeing light at the end of the tunnel after who knows how long. And you start becoming to their artificial sunlight, the artificial light that comes in, it dims at night and it brightens during work hours. So it's like an artificial day-night cycle. It's still lighter, so it's still light, so it's still what they would consider workday time. But you got a feeling like people are starting to like pack up, or like lights are starting to turn off inside businesses. The smith is putting out its fire. It's getting towards the end of the day. So this has been a whole day sort of scenario. Getting there, getting back. You can hear the tavern's already alive again, even though people know they're going back to work tomorrow. Like, first shift starts in probably about 8 hours. People don't care. They're getting plastered, and it's great. And then everything kind of stops and freezes when they see a herd of 40-ish goblins coming out. Some of them adults, some of them children. And a lot of people, like, that are outside in the street go inside immediately. Like, and then, like, some of them you see, like, grabbing weapons or whatever because they think it's an attack. But then they're realizing that you two are with them, and they trust Arton to... If Arton's there, Arton will vouch. And so... Arton kind of, like, leads the goblins into, like, hey, just hang out here, and it's, like, a small little, like, community square area. Just stay here, don't go anywhere. And asks you to stay with them to kind of just make sure that nobody fucks with them, you know? Because you got a feeling like word has got around that Arton's with a bunch of fucking tiny goblins. Which are, like, go up to Art like a dwarven shoulder. Like, at the tallest, they're still smaller than Arton.
Yeah.
Because dwarves are, like, between 4 and 5 feet tall. Well, goblins are, like, 3.5, 4, 4.5 feet tall.
They're, like, halfling size.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller than a halfling.
Yeah. Like, the smallest ones, like, the youngest ones go up to your knee. There's, like, one that's an infant that's crying. Infant baby goblin.
I bet that's
and then
cute.
the leader and like one other goblin go with Arton, and Arton they all go into the tavern, and the music in the tavern and like the jovialness and the loudness that's going on in the tavern silences immediately, and then people start like trickling out and moving. Like, just normal, everyday goblins. Not goblins, fuck. Not dragons. Why? Dwarves! Woo! Roll initiative! There's a dragon. Oh no, a giant red dragon just bursts up from the ground. No. And it's, time goes by. The artificial night starts coming in. And it's been a while. You don't have access to a timepiece, but you know it's the equivalent of nighttime. You have a feeling that their day-night cycle is synced up to outside the mountain, right? And literally, like, the entrance is about like the entrance to the mountain is about a 5-minute walk to like where you are in town. Like, towards the entrance of, like, where the town starts. And so, time passes. Time continues to pass. And the goblins finally exit. And Arton finally exits. And Arton, the goblin leader, walks up to the goblins and is like, ah! Starts talking to them quietly, and Arton pulls you aside. And Arton's like, they're allowed to stay. We're going to give them work. They're going to earn their keep here. We're going to try and make this work. If it doesn't, they're going to have to, we're going to give them back their small little community area. But we agreed that going back down to where they came from is probably not the wisest idea. But we're giving them an option to join the society if they want to join. Thank you. You did pretty good. And Arton takes out a small little pendant, and it has the crest of the town on it, and hands it to you. It's like, if you're ever here ever again, and it's after my days, and you need rest, you go, you show this to any shopkeeper, and they'll give you a discount, and you'll get a free room. He hands it to you. It's just like a little token. Put just Morden Mine's crest. Thank you so much. use this and restock tomorrow. You can head out and on your way, or you can stay. You're really useful. You're always welcome here.
Thank you for that. I believe I should be on my way, but maybe on my travels back I shall stop in and see how everything is faring.
Just show this crest and they'll give you free room, discounts on any goods you need, within reason.
Well, of course. Yes. I would never imagine.
Don't swindle us dry.
Oh, it would never be my intention to do that. You folk have been quite helpful and quite hospitable to me, and I would never think to betray that.
The Mordu Mines have allies with the Ashari.
Nice.
If you need anything, just call. Just say Charlie sent you. Sent the note. You go your separate ways. The end. The end. Good session, right?
Yay.
Good impromptu session with very little planning.
Zero
Planning. We made your character yesterday. And then
a little bit today.
After sleeping for like
84 hours.
Yes, we slept like 15 hours today.
I fell asleep at like 8:30, and we didn't get up until 3.